Ahoy, mateys! Today is October 9th, 2018, and as of maybe 2 days ago, the reconstruction of this boat has been completed. There's still little things here and there, some doors. I got the hinges, the electrical, the plumbing, but the wood and the construction and the rebuilding of the structure itself, done. We have just under 2 months before this thing goes back in the water, so now we're really under a time crunch. But I just wanted to do a quick video here to show you the V-berth. That's odd because it's showing me in reverse. The V-berth, which is that way to me, but which way is it? It's that way to me. That way to you. It's that way. I'm going over there. Here we go. So I'm not sure if you remember. You'll have to go back and look at one video ago. If you remember, we're not putting this head back together as a head. This door right here, which is normally the entrance door to the head, forward head, is just going to stay closed. And we're turning this into a workshop slash utility room. That wall's been done. That is originally the bulkhead wall that was all rotted out. Ended up being this whole cabinet was rotted too on the backside because the water was coming down this chain plate, so it got into this, so I had to pull this whole cabinet out and rebuild it. But yep, there's that wall all done. One of the previous owners had cut this whole floor out. I already showed you, and this is I just did this today, so it's not painted yet. Excuse me, I'm getting over the flu. I was bedridden for 2 solid days and I couldn't take it, so I climbed out and went back to work, but I'm still suffering the consequences of my illness. Anywho, yeah, I put this stub wall in here to create this workbench shop area. I'm not happy with this shelving. I'm going to probably redo it, but I don't have time to do it right now. I'm thinking more shelves, maybe some cupboards, I don't know. But whatever I do over here, I'm going to match it over here. Those strips, we're going to take some of them off, like maybe the top, and then apply them over here so the two sides match. And of course, as in all the other videos, I still got all the trimming to go around up in here. Still waiting on my lights to come back. I don't know what the guy's doing. So let me show you this. This used to be this tiny little door you could barely get into. I took it off and cut a bigger hatch hole. I put the shelves in. I built this whole cabinet here. Put that shelf in. I still got to put the doors on here. Then this thing. So this becomes a workbench area. And this pops out. There's a little bit of storage down underneath here. Not a lot, but something is something. The nice thing about it is, we have a cat. His name is Sir Edward Wolfgang Puck Van Helen Van Liechtenstein Biter Loretti. We just call him Eddie. But we didn't know what to do with his litter box. And now it's going to go up under there because I took out the holding tank to the forward head because we don't need a head over here anymore. So that gave me a big space down there. This right here is the actual size of the ice chest we're getting. The ice chest will sit up here, but that's the footprint of it. So the ice chest is going to sit there. I never need to get under it. But if I ever do, I just pull the ice chest out. And then I have... out of my way. I have this here. This access hatch. So that's Eddie's litter box down in there. And then in the front of all that, I have another hatch, and down in there, I'll step back, show you where we're at, right in the forward of the V-berth. That hatch down there is going to house the battery to the windlass up on deck. So it has its own dedicated battery. Multiple reasons. I'm not going to go into explaining it now, but just better to have a separate battery for the windlass, separate battery for the engine, and then a couple battery banks for house power, miscellaneous things. So I'm going to back out again and show you. So yeah, the V-berth forepeak has been reconstructed, painted, still got the trimming to do. We're ordering the floor this coming week, and then that'll go in about 10 days to 2 weeks. The floor surface will go in eventually, not now, but in the future. This will be when we actually go cruising. There'll be a little washer here, so we don't have to wash our clothes in a bucket in a remote anchorage. We can use a little portable washer and then hang dry them outside on the lifelines. I'm not going to show you nothing back there. It's a mess. But now that I got the V-berth done, a lot of this tools and stuff like that are going to get put up in there. Everything up off the floor, so I can prep to have the floor surfaced. All I have to do is paint this settee. I can bring the cushion back in, and then we're down to little stuff. Other than the plumbing and the electrical, those are the two big items left, and putting hinges on. But technically we don't have to have hinges on the doors to move in. We can do that after we move in. But yeah, things are looking good. We're getting right down to the nitty-gritty here. And Friday we're painting the hull. It's actually going to be a 2 or 3 day process, because we're going to do a coat of primer and see where any imperfections are, do a sand, another coat of primer after we sand, and then 2 or 3 coats of top coat for the top sides. And then after that, we're going to have a guy spray it. So the top sides are going to get sprayed. We were going to roll and tip, but I'm not confident that it's going to come out looking fantastic, so we're just going to have this guy spray it, and we know it's going to be good because I've seen him do work. And then Marie and I will roll and tip the, you don't have to tip it, just roll the bottom paint on under the waterline. So that's about it for now, I guess. Yep, under a tight schedule right now, but we're this close, and Shaka's going back in the water. Oh, I gotta work on the mast too. That's another big project. I gotta rewire all the running rigging and everything, or not rewire it, I gotta re-rig all the running rigging, and I gotta go to the storage unit and get all the standing rigging out and hook all that up, and then we're gonna re-step that mast here in maybe 30 days. But that's it for now. You guys have a great and wonderful day. We'll talk to you in a few days. Shaka out.